Jalasi, Ndaluisin Jude Gerard. Welcome. My name is Jude Gerard. I'm the Senior Advisor for Mi'kmaq and Indigenous Initiatives here at Nova Scotia Community College. I am a Millbrook First Nation member of the Mi'kmaq Nation. Today, we're actually going to take a little bit of time and introduce you to traditional food here in our territory, good old Nova Scotian lobster. So lobster in the Mi'kmaq language is jagich. It is a traditional food that the Mi'kmaq have been eating for generations. There's stories that have been written about how plentiful the lobsters actually were. And when you walk on the shores at low tide, there'd be lobster laying all over the place. So with such a rich food source, it's obvious that whoever was living here, in the Mi'kmaq in this case, would actually be living off it or eating it. The Mi'kmaq, based on archaeological evidence, we say we've been here forever, but based on archaeological evidence, it's dating back about 13,000 years. So over that 13,000 years, we were fisher people. So we spent most of our time living along the shore of Nova Scotia. So we kind of migrated back and forth. Right. So in the summertime we were living by the shore, and in the wintertime we moved inland. When I'm explaining that to folks, I always talk, this is Nova Scotia. So in the summertime, it's beautiful to live by the shore. You've got an abundance of fish all over the place, plus greens and other vegetation. But it is Nova Scotia, and in the wintertime, the last place you want to be living is by the shore. For the longest time, we were actually denied the opportunity to even fish based on government rules and policies. So for a group, a nation whose entire livelihood was dependent on fishing and the fishery, for so long we weren't allowed to access the fishery. Not until in 1985, with a Supreme Court case, the Simon case, where the Supreme Court of Canada upheld the Treaty of 1752, which basically stated that the Mi'kmaq had an inherent treaty right to hunt and fish for personal use. We were also taking part in a communal fishery, or a ceremonial fishery, where us as Mi'kmaq people, we could go out and we could set a limited number of traps for our own personal use. So that would be for ourselves, for our family, or for ceremony. So that's kind of what we have here today, is a couple lobsters from the ceremonial fishery. I'm going to throw some seaweed in the pot. And before we start cooking them, there was a trick my grandfather actually taught me. Just to help calm the lobsters down a little bit. He always told me before you cook them, you should actually put them in a little bit of a trance. So he always told me to turn them upside down like this and keep the tail down and just sort of rub them back and forth and just gets them a little calm. And what they do is my grandfather always told me anyways, they actually kind of fall asleep. So we're gonna throw these in the pot. We've got the seaweed in there, so we'll put these in. If you like a lemon, like I said earlier, a little bit of sumac. A little bit of sumac, good idea. I love salt and pepper. Pepper is my thing. Juniper berries, when they're dried and crushed, they actually have a real peppery flavor. One of the other things that is actually really pungent and actually has a pepper flavor. This is my smudge bowl, and I've got some medicines in it. And one of the medicines I use for smudging is actually sage. And if you can take sage and put it under a broiler and turn it to ash. And you can take the ash and sprinkle that on, and it's got a very pungent, peppery flavor to it as well. Yeah. So that's a little bit about lobster. Like I said, the Mi'kmaq have been eating this for thousands of years. It's wonderful. I hope you've enjoyed this, and enjoy some lobster.